Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of What's That Pepper? Today we are going to take a look at a very interesting variety from years ago. I created this probably over 6 years ago, and I'm shocked that the seeds grew. So these are Thai crossed with a Scotch bonnet, and they're very interesting and beautiful plant. And I was just again, I was shocked that they grew. So let's go outside, take a look at them, and then we'll pick pods and try them out. Okay, here is the Thai cross with a Scotch bonnet, and I have three plants growing. I'm very surprised that the frost we had recently did not kill it. So it's pretty cold tolerant. So, the leaves kind of get burnt a little bit, some of them, but for the most part, they're still alive and looking great. So all of the plants in the garden, kind of struggled and got frost damage, but these guys are still thriving and going strong. And so here are the baby the baby pods. So they're green when they start out. Some of them are small, some of them are large. So, they're kind of all over the place right now. And the larger ones are the ones that I really like, you see? And so when they ripe to the red color, they're bright lipstick red color. They're beautiful. So that's what we're going to pick today. So let me show you some of the plants in the back. So I have three. So this is the ideal size right here. And here's one in the back, and you see these are smaller, these are bigger. So it depends on the variety, where you grow them, and also the conditions and stuff like that too. So if they stress a bit, then they kind of don't produce large pods. So this plant seems to produce the most large pods. So the middle one kind of small. So the leaves are pretty much like resemble like a Thai variety. The shapes of the pods as well. But you see this, they have like these dents and grooves, and they're not smooth like a Thai pepper. So that's the characteristic of one of the parents. Okay, so let's pick a few and see. Look at that. Very nice and beautiful in red. Man, that bright red looks so awesome right now. And so we have two so far that ripened up. I think there's a few. Here it is. Here's another one. I need to save seeds for this anyway, so I'm going to pick all of the red ones out. Okay, so let's take it inside and try them out. Okay, here are the peppers, the Scotch bonnet crossed with a Thai. Man, these things are so gorgeous. They look just like lipstick color. Look at this nice bright red color. It's pretty cool. It looks delicious. I just love the way it looks. So the peppers are really nice and firm, and we'll cut this open and let you see what it looks like inside. Man, I like this one right here. So let's see. I just harvested a while ago, and so they're nice and fresh. And here we go. Look at that. The seeds are going to be very few. And I knew this. I expect this. When you crossbreed with varieties that are not compatible, this is exactly what you're going to get. Very few seeds, and the same thing as my other varieties like the Sweet Misery, which is the same as this, or the Misery Sweet. That's what you get. Very few seeds, but man, that is beautiful on the inside, and I can smell the aroma. It's very nice and fruity. So let's take a sniff. Wow, interestingly, it has sort of like a chinent smell to it. Very nice. It reminds me of some of the scorpions for some reason. I'm not sure, but there it is right there. Very nice and thick walls and very few seeds. So let's try them out. Okay, so here we are. Let's give these a try. And before we do that, let me give you a backstory to how these were created. So, man, it has been so long. I think it's easily over 5 or 6 years that I created the misery sweet and the sweet misery. So basically I took the Scotch bonnet, crossed it onto the Thai, and the Thai crossed it onto the Scotch bonnet, and I grew them out. And when you take chinense pollen and you pollinate that onto a Thai, which is the annuum, the success rates are going to be much higher, because the Thai produce a ton of seeds, and they're much easier to collect and harvest seeds from a Thai pepper that has been crossed with a chinense than the reverse. And so these are the reverse. So I took the Thai pollen and crossed it onto the Scotch bonnet, and as you can see, the seeds are going to be very few, as we saw earlier. And some of the seeds may not even be viable, you know. And so when you grow these out, you're gonna have to grow a bunch of peppers. Like, I mean, sometimes I collected like 20 or 30 pods, and I'll get like 2 or 3 good seeds. And so anyway, that's how these were created. And so I grew the sweet misery and the misery sweet over the years, and then I started to sort of like selectively chose the best ones to keep growing and growing. So those how those became the sweet misery and the misery sweet. And I had a bunch of these seeds left in a bag, and recently I put them in soil, and man, none of them grew. And then I thought it was going to be trash, but then somehow 3 of them popped up. Like, I think these might be like 3 to 4 weeks, maybe even longer later, and then they popped up, and I was very shocked. So I took really good care of them throughout the crazy summer months, and got them to be pretty big, and I put them into the ground, and man, they just thrive and grew like crazy. And as you saw the plant, they're just beautiful. And so these are the pods that came off of that. And so let's have a smell at this. Man, they have this nice stingy smell to them, a little bit fruity, semi-chinense, aroma. Smells very sweet, but you can tell that there's heat to it, because it has like a sort of like a stinging scent, aroma to it. But it's very nice. That's the thing. So you keep wanting to smell it because it smells so good. Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a bite. Before you eat any of these peppers, make sure you have something in your stomach. Don't eat it on an empty stomach. I made that mistake many times, and it's not a good thing. You'll be on the floor for a long time. Wow, very sweet, but oh man, that is spicy. Oh my God. The heat is so immediate. The texture is very soft, because these cross are like this. When you cross a Thai with something else, some reason when the Thai pepper, they get ripe, the texture of the skin is very soft and it's kind of chewy. Whoa, man, that is hot. I lost track of what I was saying. I'm so hot. So it's all in the throat area right now, because I just swallow it, and my saliva is just running. Wow, that's a crazy throat burn. Woo! Very nice sweet flavor. It's like Scotch bonnet, but the heat is very different for some reason. It's all in the throat area. It's right here. Oh my gosh. I'm salivating like crazy. Whew. I didn't expect that, because well, actually I didn't know what I was expecting. I haven't grown these for a long time. Wow. The roof of the throat is where it hurts the most. Again, guys, I grow a lot of hot peppers, but everyone knows that I cannot handle the heat. You can eat them in small portion at a time. Anyone can, and it'll be fine. But I could never take a whole pepper and just eat it like most people that do reviews. Man, those guys are amazing. Whew, wow, it's starting to let up a little. Whew. There's my lips are numb. It's hot. It sounds, it seems like it's very hot, and I look like I'm dying. But I bet that if someone else eat this that loves the heat, they'll be fine. It's just because I can't handle that much. And over the years, I think my stomach got worse, so I stayed away from some of the super hots. I only eat a little bit. I usually make them into hot sauce. Okay, much better now. Sometimes when you eat these peppers and they're so hot, and like your body goes through shock, and your hands start tingling, your legs start tingling. It's almost like you start seeing stars. I mean, you're still conscious and everything, but it's so overwhelming that it's like a high that you get. I think that's what they call it, capsaicin high. That's what you get sometimes when you eat it, and it's just too hot. It's just your system goes into shock. But once it's over, you say you never eat it again. You eat it again. So anyway, man, these things are awesome. I forgot how good they were. So again, these are seeds that were left over from a long time ago. I collected a whole bag of these, and it took forever because these seeds are very few. And the whole bag, I used it all up. There's no more left. So if I can't get seeds from any of these are going to be extinct. But at least I have the misery sweet and sweet misery already out there. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the review, and there's no way I can give these seeds out because I'm probably gonna have trouble getting seeds for these myself. So I may try to collect them and grow them for fun for the next coming season to see any of these are viable. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.